Okay, so what I want to do here is to take a basic look at the particle system and how it works using the Shuriken editor. So to create a particle system in the scene, I have a scene here, it's a blank scene. Let's just activate the grid so that we can see that here. Now, to create a particle system in this scene, all I have to do is select Game Object, Create Other, and choose Particle System from the menu. So I'm going to select Particle System, and as soon as I do that, you can see we've had a particle system added to the hierarchy panel here. We've got our gizmo, and already it's spewing particles from the emitter. I can pause and restart the playback of the simulator there. I can just toggle that. I can even change the playback speed and the playback time. These values just affect the playback speed of the particle system in the viewport here, and not the final speed and time in the game when it is running. Now I just want to take a quick look over some of the most basic properties. More information about particle systems can be found in the Unity 4 Fundamentals book. What I want to do here is just to give you a very quick overview. So let's take a look at some of the basic settings. Here we have in the Object Inspector, we can see we've got the Shuriken editor. Now I can open up this editor in a completely separate window if I want by choosing the Open Editor button, and when I do that it opens this here in an editor, but I don't really want to look at this in an editor. I want to just see this in the Object Inspector, so I'm going to keep that here on the right hand side. Now let's take a look at some of these settings. Now the first thing that this particle system is doing, it is emitting particles. Now it is doing this from the emitter, and we can control the shape of the emitter by moving over to the Shuriken editor here, opening the Shape tab, and we can see some properties for the shape of the emitter. As I open up this tab, you can see now it draws a gizmo around the emitter showing the shape of the emitter. In this case it is a cone shape, and we can control that through the shape setting here. So right now it's a cone, but I can change that, for example, to a sphere, in which case particles are emitted in all directions. It is omnidirectional there. I can change the shape to even a mesh that I can pick and choose. I could choose a hemisphere, which is half a sphere, and I could choose a box, for example, and I'm going to leave it for now at a box. So I'm going to just twirl back the Shape tab here. Now something else I can do is to change the size of the particles as they raise into the air, and I can do that by using the size over lifetime section. So I'm going to put a tick in the size over lifetime, open up that tab, and I can click on the size graph here, and straight away in this preview panel I can start controlling the size of the particles. So let's say I want them to begin really small and to grow in size the further they reach the top. Well, I can start moving about this graph here, so I could just pull down this piece here and just change the Bezier handle, and already you can see the particles begin small and they gradually increase in size. I can scroll up here to do the Start Size section and change this from 1 to say 4, and here you can see I've increased the overall size of the particles. So they begin really small and follow along the graph here and grow much larger towards the end. So that's just a general overview of how we can use the Shuriken editor really to start controlling the particle system.